Thanks for accommodating, guys.
Okay, so the final time in this tournament in 2013. Welcome to the press conference. In the final, we got the head coach of USA, John Konecki, MVP of the game, Jamie Menzick. We got the head coach of Team Canada, Jeff Yauzi, and then best player in the Team Canada, which is Julie Paich, and MVP of the tournament, which is Sami Krisaif. And again, starting from head coach Konecki, in your own words, just recap the game that we played today.
I thought it was a hard-fought contest. I was very impressed with how Canada came out, and they were firing all the cylinders, and they weren't going to stop playing football. And obviously the score is no indication of the level of play that was taking place out there. And my hat goes off to the Canadian coaching staff for how well they prepared the other players to play in this game.
Yeah, and then you would say in your own words, how was the game for you?
Very intense from the start and to the finish. Both teams, just came at it, and it was just a great opportunity to be here again.
Yeah, and head coach Yauzi?
Yeah. Well, we learned something today, how good American football is. We knew we had a battle in front of us, and certainly impressed by how well coached they were and the talent of the players. So we've got a long ways to go. We feel like the football, women's football is growing in our country fast, and we improved a lot in 2010, but we've got a long ways to go.
Yeah, and Julie?
Really pretty much said it. They're a dominant team and tough to play, and I'm glad to be a part of it, and it was a good competitive game.
Okay, then let's see, any questions?
Yeah. First, Team USA, we all were admiring your coaching staff, what you did with the team, because you had great tempo in your playing and very few mistakes. Can you tell us a little bit about the process, how you prepared the team? Did you have how many camp days and so on? Because it looked like that you were being together forever.
We essentially had 1.5 camp days to prepare for the tournament. We were rained out the entire time that we had our camp set up. We did an intensive amount of film review, and I think from the onset, the coaching staff set a bar where we were going to be critical critiquers. And I think at the same time, it's a testament to the ladies on the team and their willingness to accept our critical critiques. And these guys could probably speak more to it. I mean, everything was videotaped, everything was assessed, everything was evaluated. And I mean that's a pretty honest and fair assessment, don't you think so? And so I mean, that's obviously a credit to the level of players that we have. It's very easy to look like a good coach when we have great players. And we're obviously blessed to have 45 fantastic athletes.
Yeah, just about the process, how you pick up the 45 players. How many players did you first have on your thought, and how the process of the 45, getting 45?
We had a camp in Austin, Texas in January where 250 plus women showed up to try out from across the United States. From there, it took us about a month to whittle our roster down to about 45 plus our alternates. From there, we then, honestly, there was very little as far as X's and O's stuff that was actually disseminated. All the X's and O's stuff was disseminated via camp days. It was intense. It was, you get up and go. And I think once again, it's a testament to the level of players we have, not necessarily a testament to our level of coaching.
And then question to Team Canada, how was the process of getting the 45 women together for the tournament?
Yeah, we basically started over a year ago we had a National Challenge Cup in Montreal where we brought 5 provinces together and played mini-game format tournament, and so about 170 women there, and we chose that and whittled it down to about 90 players that we invited to ID camps this past February, and one in the East and one in the Western Canada. And then from there we picked our 45 players with some alternates, and because we all had to go through our football season, so it's a bit of a grind to get through your football season, and we only had 3 injuries, players that were injured during the course of the season, and added 3 extra players. And luckily the player, Julie, that was recovering from a knee injury, so she literally has played, she played more games in the last week than she played this season. So.
Wow. Yeah. And then we have asked every team now so far, how many active teams do you have in your country, and how many women players do you know the number of active women players?
I know that in our league there's 60 plus teams that play There's also 2 other leagues that have probably 20 and 30, say collectively 20 and 30 total teams playing. So, and then I couldn't give you the exact number, but we're well into the thousands of women that are playing women's tackle football. The sport's also growing via the youth flag, and there's a definite movement to try to move more and more tackle football towards the little girls and going exclusively to single-sex football in the United States.
Yeah, we have about I think around 20 football teams, maybe 25 teams across the country, and which is showing good growth. Same thing. It's interesting because it's kind of top-down growth. So we see what a great experience this the World Championships are, and it's got girls excited that are playing flag football in high school and elementary school. And so we're seeing more emphasis on and lots of talks going on with schools about getting girls tackle football and girls flag football into the high schools. So I believe that this is influencing that, and we're getting pretty good media coverage in the Western Canada, and it's going to keep growing and growing.
Yep.
Coach Chelsea, what did your scout report? What were you trying to stuff from US? Of course, there's lots of things which were working nicely throughout the tournament, but what were you concentrate on mostly?
Well, basically, when you game plan, you only have one practice, so you don't have a whole lot of time. But so we watched film throughout the weekend, and really all you can do is you can game plan for their top, 3 or 4 run plays and their top 3 or 4 pass plays. They have a balanced offense and a balanced defense, and aggressive defense. So they have great athletes covering, so they can blitz and cover, and it's very hard to get open. And then defensively, they have a balanced offense. So when you can run, you can throw, it stresses the defense out, and we were stressed today. So just talented offense and a well-coached team.
Okay, how about the MVPs for Canada? Maybe you had 11.5 tackles today. Can you just briefly tell about your performance today?
I don't really know what to say there. They gave me a good game plan. We were taught what we were supposed to do on defense, and I just trying to go with it, and the teammates helped me out, so it was a team effort over there. I just got to bring them down, I guess.
I can speak for Julie a little bit. So Julie played her first tackle football game at the last World Championships in 2010, and she was a running back. And then she played a little bit of linebacker for me last year or the year before. And so this is her 5th game as a linebacker. So she's a talented football player,
too bad.
Multi-sport athlete, and she's just a great, fun player to watch.
And you were in offensive line, and that's no individual place to play, but it's always nice to see that MVP is from offensive line or defensive line. So that's nice. Your offensive line looked like a wall, so maybe you can tell about your unit.
Our head coach, John Konecki, he is an O-line coach, and he sets high expectations for us, and he will not move on until everyone is at the level of what he expects us to be.
Yeah.
So it's the coaching staff that instills everything into us and just makes sure that we are operating as a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. I saw all the games at this tournament, and I saw your number many times blocking, and it was phenomenal. So
thank you.
Especially on the first game, you were killing. That one kick out play.
It was actually terrible.
Like, every time somebody was flying after you were in the block, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. But okay, then we have a tournament MVP. You had in this game you have had 16 out of 21 and 265 yards for 3 touchdowns, and you had combined more than 100 plus to that. So how about your performance in this tournament?
Well, the other MVP is on the offensive line, so that'll tell you that right there. I mean, I am very, very lucky to be able to play with the athletes that I was able to play with and be coached by who I think is the greatest football coach in women's football in the world. And the whole coaching staff really has high expectations. And sometimes it can be difficult, but at the end of the day, it always pays off. And life is like that. Where good things only happen when you have help from people. Yeah. It doesn't happen on your own. I'm lucky to have a great team with me.
And nice singing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
With the ukulele, have you seen any ukulele performances before with your national anthem. I think that was the first time I saw it. So.
I've never seen one a national anthem performed with the ukulele, but I love the instrument, and so I started doing it a while back, and I enjoy it.
Sammy, it was your second attendance to the World Championship Games. You ready to practice 4 more years and then attend the third one?
Never know. That's a funny thing that way.
Yeah. It's actually Jamie and Sam the second time. Jamie was
Okay,
was a game day MVP in the championship last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah.
How many players you had from your last 2010 team? Had you made
14 of them.
Unfortunately, I had to cut 10 that were in the original team, and then and there was a handful that didn't obviously try out. But both Sammy and Jimmy played with us in 2010 and obviously again in 2013.
How were the numbers with Canada?
I believe we had 9 returning players in the
Okay.
2010 team. So similar situation in the U.S. I believe we're an improved football team, and the whole women's football is improved. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty cool thing.
And I think overall that would probably be my takeaway from this tournament is that the first time out, obviously you see where the bar is set, and and that's what I went to our training camp with the ladies. I knew that everyone was going to go home and do their homework, press the pace, work harder, and I think that was clear and evident, and it really put a lot of pressure on us throughout the entire tournament for us to continue to work and continue to get our players ready and prepared and compete at the level that they competed at throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else? Or
Excellent. Just congratulations. And
congratulations.
enjoy the evening.
Yes, enjoy the evening
Yeah.
festivities. If you're going to the festivities, can we get the MVP players' photos separate first, and then